Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders, it's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm-strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on a successful year, and remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah. You come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Frank, when you think Fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sunkissed Orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
It's time for Girls State Championship basketball here from Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines. As the state tournament continues on with the second quarterfinal of the day in Class 5A. As it's a three-time rematch, if you will, as Ankeny Centennial takes on the Warriors of Waukee. Hi, get number one with Tammy Blackstone, the legend here in the state of Iowa. I'm BJ Shaven, and here we go into the next quarterfinal matchup. And Tammy, when you play a team for the third time in a season, it's a little difficult.
It is. You know, they say it's hard to beat a team three times in one season. These teams, I think, are a little better matched up than those previous two encounters this year have shown. Waukee beat Ankeny Centennial twice this year pretty handedly, but I think that we can see a game here today. These teams are now going to know each other pretty well, and that can change the scope of a game.
If you're just joining us late, shame on you. In the opening round game of this whole state tournament, it was Johnston beating West Des Moines Valley 60-31 in a convincing fashion. The winner of this game is going to play Johnston in the semifinals coming up on Thursday. But here for the matchup, as you take a look at it, let's start first with Waukee, a team that's won convincingly twice so far this season. Ankeny Centennial. Let's go there first. Centennial, Region 5 champion, really no competition in their regional. They've won 5 in a row. They can really shoot it from the floor as of late.
Absolutely. Ankeny Centennial did not have any tough games in their immediate road to state, but my goodness, has had a fantastic road of competition throughout the entire season. We can see there Maya Crawford and Jaden Pratt have really been stars for this team, but Waukee has a lot of fantastic athletes on their roster.
Yeah, in the previous meetings between the two, Waukee has been able to shoot the ball exceptionally well, averaging better than 50% from the floor How does that change here for this game today?
Everything always changes a little bit, especially with these teams that rely on their three-point shooting, as Waukee does pretty tremendously. This is just a different arena. You know, they're no strangers to this large arena, but you don't practice in an arena this size with nothing behind the basket every day. And so that can really affect teams that rely on that three-point shot.
Well, the Girls State Tournament is brought to you by Iowa Farm Bureau as we continue to take a look at the matchups here on the Girls Union Network, powered by MidAmerican Energy Company. For Centennial, this is a team, too, this season that has gone through some struggles. I think they caught everybody's attention, or maybe got some belief, when they played a very close competitive game against Johnston in late January. And since then, they did drop the next one to Dowling, but then they've been on the roll. They're playing at a high level right now.
They absolutely are. Ankeny Centennial may have finished fourth in the conference, but it's an incredible conference. And I believe I've heard that they played statistically the toughest schedule in the state this year. So they come in here a little bit the underdog, having dropped a couple to Waukee, but certainly do not count them out.
And Scott DeYoung, who's been around, it seems like forever, going for win number 700 today, too.
Right, he has been coaching for 36 years, 11 of those at Ankeny Centennial, so many state tournaments under his belt, so he knows how to coach the girls once they get here to this level.
And Danny Franklin, in her second year, has her team in the state tournament and playing also at a very high level.
Absolutely. She has some college coaching experience at Mercer and Valparaiso, and so she brings a lot of good experience and fire here to this game.
Well, there's going to be a lot of star talent. We'll take a look at it when we return, as you are watching the Iowa Farm Bureau Girls State Basketball Tournament right here on the Girls Union Network, powered by MidAmerican Energy.
This is our son, Sebastian. In 2021, he took half a pill he didn't know was counterfeit.
That tiny pill contained enough fentanyl to kill him almost instantly. Kids buy them on social media and share them with their friends, not realizing how dangerous they are.
Please talk to your kids about not taking anything that's not directly prescribed to them.
Our child will never get to grow up, but we want yours to be able to.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics, because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
When you choose Delta Dental of Iowa, you set a chain of good in motion, because we invest in your community. So whether you get your plan at work or purchase it through us, you get more than great dental and vision insurance. You make a difference for others. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, and for your community.
It's game number 2 of the Class 5A Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament, as it's the Waukee Warriors taking on the Ankeny Centennial Jaguars, as we've got it for you here this afternoon with Tammy Blackstone, BJ Shaban along with you. Let's take a look at our seeds for success.
Absolutely. Waukee really is known for their balanced scoring. They have over 4 of their starters averaging over 10 points a game. So for them to share the ball and keep that balanced scoring is going to be really important. Also, they need to rebound against this Ankeny Centennial team and not give them second chance points. Ankeny Centennial needs to challenge those three-point shots from Waukee. Waukee is a very good three-point shooting team, and they also need to keep their turnovers low. Those are today's Seeds for Success, brought to you by Channel. The enhanced Channel seed brand is here to help farmers like you up your game and rise to the challenge. Learn more at channel.com/rise.
So Waukee listed as the number 4 seed. They'll be the home team today. Ankeny Centennial will wear their away black uniforms as we get you set for this matchup. Again, the Warriors and Jaguars, and we mentioned loads of talent here. Waukee has 4 players that are going to go on to play college athletics. Centennial, of course, led by Jaden Pratt, and also Maya Crawford heading on to play Division I basketball, but they're just juniors.
Right, absolutely. And Jaden Pratt, not just a fantastic basketball player, she's a state long jump champ. She also played down at the state volleyball tournament, so they have a lot of versatile athletes as well. I think we can expect to see a very athletic, exciting game today.
Well, it is Ankeny Centennial and Waukee. We're going to get the lineups for you here in just a moment, as we'll be back in a moment as you're watching the Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
So here we go. Let's get today's lineup set. Let's turn it over to the public address announcer, Tim Fitzpatrick.
Good morning, basketball fans, and welcome to today's 2024 Girls State Basketball 5A quarterfinal matchup featuring the Ankeny Centennial Jaguars and the Waukee Warriors. Fans' tradition is an important part of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union's storied history. Because our past is an integral part of what we do today, we ask that everyone in attendance please join in a round of applause to show our appreciation to all the women who have participated in high school athletics in Iowa. Once an Iowa girl, always an Iowa girl. Fans, at this time, the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and the Iowa Farm Bureau would like to recognize the outstanding sportsmanship shown by Centennial High School and Waukee High School. In recognition of the importance of good sportsmanship, each state qualifying school was asked to nominate a spectator who represents their school and community in a sportsmanlike manner. Abby Schmidt of West Bend Mallard High School, a member of the IGHSAU Student Athlete Advisory Committee, will present each nominee with a certificate of recognition and a $250 check payable to their school's scholarship fund. Please join us in honoring these individuals whose decorum and respect for others serves as a model for all spectators attending interscholastic events. From Centennial High School, Drew Wolf. And from Waukee High School, Colin Kunzman. The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union promotes good sportsmanship by participants, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants, officials, and spectators in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or abusive comments, or intimidating actions directed at officials, participants, coaches, team representatives, or event personnel will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. We thank you for your cooperation and invite you to just enjoy the game. Fans, it's now time to introduce our players in today's 5A quarterfinal matchup. First of all, here are your non-starters for the Centennial Jaguars. Number 3, Emma Hunger. Number 10, Rylan Boding. Number 24, Lizzie Beam. Number 31, McLean Kelly. Number 32, Maisie Smith. Number 34, Miley Hatfield. And 35, Kylan Smith. Your assistant coaches, David Runchie, Andy Fain, Rachel Schmidt, Dennis Albertson, Liz Bruns, and McKenna Gleason. And now, let's meet your non-starters and assistant coaches for the Waukee Warriors. Number 1, Natalie Sitzman. Number 3, Dylan Peterson. Number 5, Hannah Toll. Number 12, Deja James. Number 15, Taryn Werstein. Number 22, Lydia Smith. 23, Jaden Van Pelt. And 24, Gentry Williams. Your assistant coaches, Jared Printy, Cassie Muir, and Sydney Burtman. And now, here are your starters for the Ankeny Centennial Jaguars. At guard, a junior number 1, Ava Martin. At guard, a 5'10" junior number 4, Jaden Pratt. At guard, a 5'8" junior number 5, Maya Crawford. At guard, a 5'11" junior number 14, Finley Blackmore. And at guard, a 5'5" junior number 23, Tilly Smith. Now, here are your starters for the Waukee Warriors. At guard, a 5'8" senior number 2, Kirsten Haupt. At guard, a 5'9" junior number 4, Emily Sorensen. At guard, a 5'9" senior number 14, Mara Yokiel. At forward, a 5'11" senior number 30, Sophia Hope. And at forward, a 5'10" sophomore number 44, Marin Salo. Head coach for the Jaguars is Scott DeYoung. And for the Warriors, Danny Franklin Printy. Now let me introduce you our officials for this 5A quarterfinal. Ben Applegate, Sam Anker, Casey Pelzer, and your auxiliary official, Ryan Dixon. All right, who's ready for state tournament basketball?
Ankeny Centennial. We got it. It's right here. Ankeny Centennial against Waukee. Again, your starters today for the Jags. It's Martin, Pratt, Crawford, Blackmore, and Smith. For Waukee, Haupt, Sorensen, Yokiel, Hope, and Salo. Your officials again, Ben Applegate out of Earlham, Sam Anker out of Winterset, and Casey Pelzer out of Atlanta. Centennial wearing their away blacks, while Waukee wearing their home whites, purple numbers trimmed in gold. It is Pratt, jumping up in the middle with hope, and it'll be won by the Jags, who've won 5 in a row and have gotten better. Here's Tilly Smith, left all alone, a rare miss for Tilly Smith. At one point during this season, she had knocked down 17 straight three-point field goal attempts. Tough defense by Centennial. Let's see what sort of flow this is. They're very familiar with one another.
Absolutely. It's a good aggressive start so far. Both teams really eyeing in on that basket.
Crawford's shot not there. Rebound to Hope. Waukee, they've had a good run as of late. Won 7 of their last 8 games. They're only lost to top-ranked and top-seeded Johnston. Putting it on the deck, Sorensen on the drive. Crawford scrapping for the rebound. It's going to go to Centennial.
Good defense that time by the Jaguars. Ava Martin is a really strong defender, tenacious on the ball.
So we mentioned it in the beginning, Ankeny Centennial, led by their head coach Scott DeYoung, looking for win number 700 in his career. And for Waukee, under the direction of the second-year coach, Dana Franklin Printy. Inside, here's Pratt. She'll go to the line to shoot 2.
It's a good move there to the basket. Normally, if something good happens, if you can do that, if you can either get 2 points out of it or, like she is now, get into the foul line.
On the season, Centennial as a team shooting right at 68%, which puts them towards the top in all of Class 5A. As Pratt able to knock down and get the first point of this game. She had 10 in the early meeting, 14 in the second. Both losses, though, for Centennial. This is the back end of the 2-shot opportunity. And here we go, the Warriors trying to get a little bit more consistent offensively. Hauk with the dump down. And it's going to be taken away by Martin. Crawford thought about it. And with the ball now is Finley Blackmore, and she'll be fouled and will go to the line. The 6-foot junior has really played well.
Yeah, a couple of quick fouls there for the Warriors. They're going to have to keep tabs on that and not let that get out of hand here in the first quarter, certainly.
Our score is 1-0. Centennial, as that free throw is knocked down now as Blackmore checks into the scoring column. And able to get the second one to go through. Right now, Centennial 3 out of 4 at the line.
Coach DeYoung talks a lot about Jaguar defense. We've been seeing that here so far this game. Really tight. There again, getting a hand on the ball. Again, Ava Martin with that deflection.
Centennial familiar playing here at Wells Fargo Arena. Last year got into the semifinals, played Johnston to a very close game, nearly upset the Dragons. Here's Sorensen. Can't get at the ball. Pratt with the board.
And that Jaguar defense working so far today.
Jaden Pratt on the drive. Trying to find Tilly Smith. Centennial will play it around. There is a shot clock, but these two teams going right at the basket hasn't really been a factor, nor should it be throughout this one as Crawford is fouled. Let's see who that's going to be on, as that's the third team foul on Waukee.
We've really been seeing those Warriors attack the lane, head right into, the Jaguars attack the lane, head right into that Warrior defense, and to their benefit here, getting themselves to the line for their scores.
Yokeel picks up the foul. That's her first. So right away, Waukee goes to their bench. It's brought to you by this substitution by IMT Insurance. You can learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imt.ins.com. Coming into the game is going to be Gentry Williams. The junior does have starters minutes throughout the season, and last year primarily was in that starting role. Off the bench, though, down the stretch is where she's been really effective. How about Hauk on the drive? Can't get at the ball. Centennial tough on the interior defense.
Nice strong drive there by Hauk, but again, that Jaguar defense gets the stop.
Now they'll back it out. Crawford resets. Crawford inside to Pratt. Goes to her right. Had it deflected away. Gets her own rebound and the putback. That's the first field goal of the game. Pratt now with 3. And Centennial jumping out to a 6-0 lead.
Great determination there by Pratt, getting her own rebound, just toughing it up to the basket.
Sorensen has it taken away by Crawford. Great hustle, finds Tilly Smith for the layup.
Maya Crawford there with just an incredible steal, that tough defense, finding her teammate there up the court. Fantastic start here for the Jaguars.
Centennial, who's fallen twice this season to Waukee, jumping out to an 8-0 lead on the Warriors. And Waukee forced to burn their first time out of the game.
This is exactly what Ankeny Centennial needed to do here. You know, when you come in with that kind of record against this team, just jumping out to this quick start, their tenacious defense and being aggressive on offense and getting some fouls on those Warriors has just been critical. That's exactly the start that they were looking for here today.
They've not been able to find their interior game as Waukee, which has served them well throughout this season. What is Ankeny Centennial doing to make sure that they're not getting the ball entered in?
I'm seeing a lot of really tough on-ball defense. And see, we're seeing here just denying the ball on all levels. There's no hanging back, no sagging off on that defense.
Salo, they tried to feed it in. She was being fronted. It's deflected away. 18 on the shot clock.
Another thing we saw there is on that feed-in, we saw 2 defenders come across the lane for that help, and they're able to get a deflection.
So looking to enter it is going to be Kirsten Hauk. Able to get it out, and Crawford with the steal. The left-hand layup is good.
Again, Crawford, great eye there. She's in the right spot. She has fantastic position on that defense and able to just see the ball and take it down for that score.
Now the hole getting even deeper here for Waukee. And a steal up top by Smith. Here comes Crawford. Out ahead to Blackmore. Pratt will spot up. That's a 3. Hope with the board.
Another good possession there by the Jaguars with that steal by Ava Martin. The Warriors just having a hard time getting things going here today.
Hope with the 3.
Well, I spoke too soon.
Boy, her last name appropriate. That might give the Warriors some, as we've got 3:35 to play here in the opening quarter. Again, Centennial jumping out to that big lead. They go inside to Crawford. Can't get the one-timer. Sorensen will clear it. Hope again from the wing. A little strong in the rebound to Blackmore.
Waukee does like that three-point shot. They're an excellent three-point shooting team. I believe they lead 5A in three-pointers made.
Average about 37% per game. Jaden Pratt don't care. She knocks it off the block. Got to keep your footing as she gets it down the floor. Pratt with her 5th point here in the opening quarter. 12-3 Centennial. Here's Salo. What a move! And one as she drew contact from Blackmore.
Waukee, they're changing up their offense a little bit. They were cutting and really trying to get in, rather than passing it inside, really working to cut inside, and they're able to get that score.
Salo had 15 points in their first meeting, held to just 4 in the second. And Centennial will go to their bench. It's brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT.ins.com. Going to the bench, Lizzie Beam, the freshman, will check in for the first time.
Salo made that free throw. She is a 5'10 sophomore for Waukee. Contributes a lot from off the bench.
We'll set the lineup for you in a moment for each team on the floor. Is Pratt. Scoop shot, not there. Rebound comes down to Howe. She's on the floor with Sorensen, Williams, Hope, and Yokeel. Here's Salo.
Salo again there. What a great pull-up and great vision there by her teammate, knowing that wasn't going to be her best shot from under the basket.
Starting to get heated up. 12-8 our score. 5-0 run quickly for the Warriors as they try to climb back into this. If you're joining us late, fell down early, 10-0 as Crawford's shot is off the mark. Back to work. Here's Hauk. And they'll reset here up at the top with Sorensen. Going to be guarded by the freshman Beam. Here's Hope for three. Got it!
Sophia Hope, the 5'11 senior, hitting that three-pointer, really keeping Waukee here in the game, bringing it to a 1-point game.
How about that? 12-11. We knew this was going to be a tough matchup for each. Third time they've played against one another this season. Waukee has won the two previous meetings. Pratt in the lane, a little too strong. And now a foul. I believe this is going to be on Blackmore, her second. Just the second team foul called on Centennial.
Ankeny Centennial came out so strong in this game. They're still looking good. They need to settle down a little bit now that Waukee has found the basket a few times. You can see a little bit of nerves jumping in here, but if they just can settle down and return to that Jaguar defense that they came out of the game with, they can stay right in this.
1:15 to play in the opening quarter. Timeout here taken by Centennial. I believe it's just going to be a short timeout here for Centennial. Wow, action-packed. Centennial jumping out to that 10-0 lead, but here come the Warriors as they gain their footings. Sophia Hope hitting those threes, so critical for their comeback here.
Yeah, she really is a leader on this team, and sometimes, just that those first points are so crucial. Just that little bit of momentum is so important here when you're in an unfamiliar environment. You only play down here once or twice a year, and the nerves, a big crowd, a lot of excitement, and Waukee gets right back in this game.
Hope is going to be going on to play college basketball at Truman State. And what a find they've got in Sophia Hope. So here's Kirsten Hauk. She's going to play basketball at William Jewell. As again, the Warriors move it around the perimeter. Get a screen up high. Sorensen takes a shot. Rebound to Pratt. And Centennial also going to their bench. Kylan Smith, the junior, will check in for the first time. So they've got Beam, Smith, Crawford, Pratt, and also Ava Martin for Centennial. It's Salo, Sorensen, Hope, Yokiel, and Hauk for Waukee.
Centennial's taking their time, really looking for something to open up.
Martin for three. Left something to be desired there, and the shot clock is off. As Waukee, let's see if they hold for a possession here. Down by a point after spotting Centennial 10 in the opening moments of this one.
Waukee here taking their time, looking for a good shot to end the quarter.
Salo inside to Hope. Nothing doing. Still some time. A three by Hauk. Big shot! What a way to end it!
Looks like she wasn't quite expecting it to be a bank, but hey, 3 points is 3 points.
No doubt it is open. 14-12. Waukee leads it through the first 8 minutes of play as you're watching the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, you come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Level up your game at Central College. More than half of Central students participate in intercollegiate athletics because Central allows you to pursue your passions and be more than a spectator. It's the best decision ever. Apply at central.edu. With Tammy Blackstone, BJ Shaban here, courtside at the State Girls Basketball Tournament. We're in Class 5A, the second quarterfinal of the day. Waukee with a 2-point advantage out on the floor for the Warriors. Holding steady here with Houck, Sorensen, Williams, Hope, and Yokeel. And Salo into the game. Has it taken away by Smith. Jags had some good defense early on, but now the turnover is starting to creep into play as Crawford's pass a little too hard to handle for Ava Martin in the corner.
The Jaguars continue to play great on-ball defense. They're preventing easy passes inside. They're collapsing on the inside, but that three-point shot has opened up a little bit for Waukee.
Crawford with the steal, but Pratt's big toe was just right on the baseline. And by the way, what a great design of the new court here for the state basketball tournament. It's fresh.
Looks great.
And a steal here by Martin. Smith back into the game for the freshman Beam. Into the second quarter, second possession here for the Jaguars. They go inside to Pratt, working on Salo. Tries to go to her right, finds defense, and Hope's going to be called for the foul. She can't believe it. And that will be her second.
When Pratt gets it inside, she's going to make something good happen under there. She is just quite the athlete. Again, she is a verbal commit to Illinois State basketball. She's also a state long jump champion. She played in the state volleyball tournament. All-around fantastic athlete. When she gets the ball underneath or anywhere near the basket, something good's going to happen when it comes into her hands.
Missed a couple of free throws already today. Came into this one shooting right at 70%. As she tries to draw Centennial a little bit closer, and does. Pratt now with 6. Waukee with a 1-point lead in the ball. From the top, that's Yokeel.
Yoko had just a little bit of space there. Jaguars trying to play that tight defense, but occasionally the Warriors able to get those shots off.
Martin inside to Pratt. And one! Salo going to be whistled for her first.
It's a strong move to the basket there. Again, that is Jaden Pratt, the junior Illinois State commit, with a strong move to the basket, drawing the foul in the process. Looking for a three-point play.
Came into this one averaging about 12 per game against Waukee on the season. And right now, over halfway there is Jaden Pratt. Each team's shooting numbers identical at 38% from the floor. Here's Salo showing some range. Can't get it to fall. Rebound tapped out to Kylan Smith. Crawford will look to attack. Smith to Pratt.
It's a tough look inside. Waukee had the 3 defenders down there. Was not quite able to find the mark.
Tammy, do you get the sense Centennial is looking and identifying where Jaden Pratt is on the block? They want her to get the ball down there, right?
Absolutely they do. Yeah, good things tend to happen when she has it. They are seeking her out. They can't forget they've got a lot of other threats, though. They can't just focus on getting it to her, like right there. Well, it wasn't the right look.
Finley Blackmore back into the game for Ankeny Centennial. And a steal by Crawford. 2-on-2. Smith to the corner to Crawford. Thought about the 3. Now will take it from the wing. Can't get it the ball, and the rebound to Emily Sorensen.
That's been a couple of great defensive plays by the Jaguars where they were not able to convert then on the offensive end. That'll have to change in order for them to succeed in this game.
1-point lead for Centennial. We have our second lead change a moment ago. Salo, Williams, Houck, Yokeel, and Sorensen on the floor for Waukee.
It's extremely tight defense by the Jaguars, really trying to prevent.
This is going to stay with Waukee, 19 on the shot clock.
The Warriors are having to work very hard to get open against this tough defense.
It's been a battle, no question. The winner gets Johnston in the semifinals coming up on Thursday morning here from Wells Fargo Arena. Here's a deep three by Sorensen, and she's breaking in that new net.
Right. Jaguars thought that was far enough to be safe, but it turns out that was not.
She had 23 in the second game that they played. It's her first bucket of this one. Here's Martin with the answer.
That is a long three by Ava Martin as well. Oh, good hands there by Maya Crawford. She is all over the court.
You cannot let up when you bring it up the floor. So each team exchanges threes. 1 point lead now for Centennial. Third lead change. Here we go. Nothing like CIML basketball here at the state tournament.
We're going to see a lot of that this week.
Of course, the bottom half of the bracket dominated by Eastern Iowa teams. 3 out of the 4. As you see, great movement inside by Sorensen. She's starting to get the scoring going now with 5. Martin inside to Pratt with the left hand.
Great look there. Wonderful feed, good ball movement, really working together here.
Pratt now in double figures with 11. The swat, but they're going to call Crawford with the contact. And that'll be her second.
It's a good look there for Kirsten Hauk to take it to the middle and draw those fouls. Looking for a clear path to the basket.
80% on the season from the line. Came into the contest averaging 12 per game. And misses her first opportunity. As you see Hauk.
Hauk again is continuing her basketball career at William Jewell College next year.
And this one's tied at 20. Pratt working against Salo. Pivots. And a little Duka Doncic move. Couldn't get it to fall. Hauk, the roller. Not there. Crawford in the paint. The kick out. That's Blackmore. Again, one and done. Stop and go try to score has been the methodology here over the last couple of possessions. Again, Waukee had to dig themselves out of a 10-0 hole.
Having to use up quite a bit of clock here to find an opening here.
Yokeel. And a travel going to be called on Waukee.
Another nice defensive set by the Jaguars.
Ankeny Centennial came in to the state tournament. Such a grueling schedule, and some said it was rated as the toughest in the state. They only beat their opponents by an average of 8 per contest, which is the smallest margin of victory out of all 8 Class 5A state participants. Here's Crawford. Her shot swatted away by Salo. Crawford's putback not there, though.
Yeah, the Jaguars are no stranger to tough competition, to close games. They are well suited to be down here for this third contest against Waukee.
Jaguars go to their bench. Lizzie Beam, the freshman, again checking back into the lineup. Here's Hauk. What range!
Waukee really is the three-pointers that have kept them in this game, and with this 3-point lead here, having some luck from beyond the 3-point arc.
At the top, Pratt, Martin on the drive. Can't get it to fall. The rebound tipped out. Crawford had it, lost it out of bounds. Seen a little bit of everything here with 2:27 to play in the opening half. 6 lead changes. Some big-time shots with some range. And a lot of gritty effort as Sorensen gives way to Hauk. Well, again, left open. And drains another one. The largest lead here for Waukee is at 6.
Hauk is a 40% three-point shooter. She makes a lot on the year. She is really making a difference in this game.
Foul going to be called on Sorensen. That'll be her first. Team foul number 3 here in the second quarter. As you might know, in Iowa high school basketball this year, they've adopted the 5 fouls you go to the line. The 1-and-1 is now done.
Right.
And when you get into the bonus, you're there for 2. Here's Crawford in the paint. Bothered by Salo, gets the shot all the way. Her putback also denied. Sorensen, extremely difficult on that possession.
Absolutely. Crawford really some strong efforts there, but not able to convert.
Here's Yokeel. Oh, that's a hot knife through butter right there on that finish.
Yeah, the defense kind of scattered, and she found that open path to the basket.
And an 8-point advantage here for Waukee. 28-20. Centennial forced to burn a timeout here. So as you look at it, 28-20. We mentioned the early game today, won by Johnston over West Des Moines Valley, 60-31. The next quarterfinal up, what a matchup. Number 2 seed Davenport North will take on the 7th seed Cedar Falls Tigers. That comes your way at 1:30. And then at 3:15 to cap off Class 5A in the quarterfinals, you've got Dowling Catholic taking on Pleasant Valley in a rematch of last year's semifinals.
What a spark Kirsten Hauk has been, the 5'8" senior for Waukee. She has 10 points here before the half. A few of those three-pointers really to lift her team to this 8-point lead.
(28-20). Centennial has been cold from the floor, has not made a shot from the field in a while. In fact, that'll continue with the block by the Warriors. We've got some clock management going on now for the Warriors. Here's Salo. At the top, Yokeel. Blackmore will track it down. So what a turnaround from the opening minutes of this one. Crawford on the wing to the top to Martin. Now Smith. Can't get it to fall.
Jaguars there really looking for the right opportunity and not finding it there. Good defense that time by Waukee.
Kylan Smith, Lizzie Beam back into the game. Substitutions brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imt.ins.com. Each team not really deep on their bench, but it's been active here today.
Yeah, you can see a little bit of fatigue here coming up on halftime. A testament to the tough defense both of these teams have been playing.
And that'll be the end of the first half. No shot, but Waukee ends the first half on a 12-0 run on Centennial. They lead it 28-20 as we've played one half of basketball. As you're watching the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
place for you.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
What a wild first half here in the second quarterfinal of the Class 5A state basketball tournament. Waukee up 28-21. We've seen a large lead by Centennial, up by 10 to start the game. 6 lead changes, but also 6 three-pointers in the first half by Waukee.
Absolutely. Centennial, exactly how they needed to come out in this game, but credit to Waukee for not letting that get them rattled. They just fought their way back, mostly with three-pointers and just with some patience on the offensive end. The Jaguars really, they're really leaning on Pratt. I think that they need to recognize that they have some more threats that they can utilize and to spread things out a little bit. 2 players in double figures. Shaden Pratt with 11 to lead Centennial. How about Kristen Hout? She's got 10, 3 three-pointers, 10 in the first half for Hout. But man, are they shooting it well from the outside. It just opened everything up. They certainly are. Hauk has absolutely been a spark for this team. Really, you can see that it gives the rest of her teammates confidence when she's able to take control like that, show some leadership, and knock those down from the outside. Also, Sophia Hope with those early three-pointers that really lifted Waukee and brought them back into this game. Well, for now, for more halftime entertainment, let's talk to our special guest.
Thanks for joining us for the 2024 Girls State Basketball Tournament. I'm Matt Hominoff with the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. We want to thank all of our partners for all the great support we get from around the state. None more important than our proud title sponsor, Iowa Farm Bureau. With me today is the president of the Iowa Farm Bureau, Brent Johnson. Thanks for joining us, Brent. Yep. Why does the Iowa Farm Bureau feel so strongly about supporting the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and our tournament games?
Well, Matt, the Iowa Farm Bureau has been the title sponsor for the Girls Union now for 19 years. And once again, very proud to be a part of this year's state girls basketball tournament. And, you know, this tournament highlights the work ethic, teamwork, resilience, and dedication that these girls have contributed for a year's worth of dedication to their craft. And just like that same spirit, the Iowa farmers are the best in what they do across this entire country, not only in production, but also in conservation. And you put all that together, and there's a lot here to celebrate.
Yeah. Your support for the IGHSAU goes beyond youth and education. What other support does the Iowa Farm Bureau provide Iowa's youth?
Yeah. Well, Matt, here at Farm Bureau, we believe that today's youth is tomorrow's leaders, and we're proud to support them in many different ways. One of those is by our scholarship program. Every single year, we give nearly $500,000 across the entire state to those kids so that they can continue their education at a higher level. We've also partnered with the Girls Union and the Boys Association now for several years to offer concussion insurance for those student athletes who compete in sanctioned sports across the entire state so that they can do so at a high level and feel safe doing so. And that is at no cost to that student or their families. Third, we've given teachers across the state nearly $500,000 so that they can properly equip their classrooms to do their jobs better. And most recently, just last year, the Iowa Farm Bureau gave the Iowa FFA Foundation $1 million so that they can properly place ag teachers and ensure that students across the state have an exposure to agriculture and how it affects their lives every day.
Yeah, so the students participating in this year's tournament are taking home some pretty neat souvenirs. But one new item that they're taking home are the championship ball caps. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Oh, absolutely. You know, the girls who are competing at this year's tournament are actually taking home quite a bit of swag this year. Of course, we have the bag tags and the signature basketballs that the girls have been used to seeing over the years. But this year, we've added a championship ball cap so that those girls who actually win the tournament have an extra souvenir to remember that if they put their minds to it, they can accomplish anything.
Well, thanks again, Brent, for both your and everyone at Iowa Farm Bureau's support of the Iowa Girl over the years.
In Iowa, we grow corn. A lot of corn. Corn is what supports us. It feeds our livestock, it fuels our vehicles, and powers our state. It nourishes our families. A cash crop? Yeah, but it's way more than that. Corn sustains us. It's who we are. Without it, we'd just be... well, you get the picture. In Iowa, we grow corn. But the truth is, corn grows Iowa.
The thing I love about Clark is that you're never just one thing. I'm not just a student. I'm a future doctor. I'm an athlete on a history-making team. I'm a community member supporting the causes I care about. I'm a friend, a neighbor, a leader. At Clark, you can become anything. What will you be? Be you at CU.
Fans, official state tournament merchandise is now available online. You can visit IGHSAU.org to browse and customize your merchandise to match your style. Well, we'd like to take a moment again to thank our title sponsor, the Iowa Farm Bureau, for their support of state basketball tournament. Earlier this week, the Iowa Girls Athletic Union did a tremendous job of getting prepared for this. We just heard from the group, and it's still the pageantry, everything involved with the girls' state tournament. It's all here in Des Moines.
Yeah, it's always a fantastic week down here. This year we actually get good weather for it, but regardless of that, inside this building it is always an extremely well-run tournament, and certainly thankful to our sponsors.
Let's take a look at the halftime statistics here. You see Centennial struggling from the floor, 7 of 25. In that second quarter, they were 3 of 12. Just 28% from three-point range, too, as well. 1 of 7 from the free throw line. They're shooting right at 6 of 9 on the night so far, but they got off to that great start. And a lot of those numbers, as we aligned them, Waukee really picked it up by hitting those threes.
Yeah, absolutely. And Waukee, it's tough. It's really tough to compete when Waukee is shooting 6 for 11 on those 3-pointers plus 50% from the field. That is tough to keep up with. One thing I am seeing really in Ankeny's favor is they have scored 7 points off of turnovers compared to Waukee's 2, and so they have been able to convert a little bit on Waukee's turnovers. They'll have to do that a little bit more in the second half.
Well, as we look at it, too, Centennial has not scored since the 4:39 mark of the second quarter. I mean, that's a long drought.
It certainly is. They have been really working it inside to Jaden Pratt. They have other threats. Maya Crawford needs to get a little more involved offensively. Finley Blackmore, Tilly Smith, these are players that really have the potential to put some points on the board. Haven't seen them get involved so far, but there's potential there in the second half, certainly.
Well, when we come back, it'll be time for the second half. Right now, Waukee leads it over Centennial. As you're watching the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament brought to you by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders, it's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm-strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on a successful year, and remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
With Tammy Blackstone, BJ Shaban here, courtside at Wells Fargo Arena. It's the Class 5A quarterfinals as Waukee leads it over Ankeny Centennial as we're about ready to get the second half underway. Tammy, how does Centennial get back into this one and win it?
Yep. The Jaguars need to come out just like they did at the beginning of this game. Their defense was so intense. We saw it relax a little bit as Waukee was getting back into this game. We also saw a little bit of fatigue, and so the Jaguars are going to be hoping that this little bit of rest, they can come out invigorated. Really tough on-ball defense, defending those passes, and now they know 3 steps beyond the three-point line isn't safe after all.
How about the Warriors?
The Warriors, they're doing what they've been doing. They are on track again to have a very balanced scoring night, which is fantastic. They have 4 starters that average over 10 points a game. They're on track to see that again. They're sharing the ball. They're being patient. And I think what they could do to help themselves a little more is to work on some second chance shots. We have not seen a lot from either team of crashing the boards offensively tonight.
So here we go to start the second half. Out on the floor for Centennial, it'll be Blackmore, Smith, Martin, Pratt, and Crawford. For the Warriors, Hauk, Sorensen, Yokiel, Hope, and Salo. Here's Martin. Centennial starts with the ball. Tilly Smith, that's her shot. A 3 from the corner gets things going here for Centennial.
Great look there by Smith. She is very involved normally offensively. Glad to see her get involved today.
Has 5, and now a denial defensively for the Jags. Into the corner, Martin. You cannot leave Tilly Smith open. Let's see if that might open up things for the Jags. They were 1 of 7 from three-point range in that first half. Here's Pratt, going to be fouled.
It's a good take there by Pratt. A little bit of, I think they got the reach-in foul is what they're calling there, but it was the Warriors was trying to collapse and prevent that drive.
Yokiel will be called for the foul. That'll be her second. No player really in major foul trouble as Pratt knocks down the free throw here now with 12. There's a good look at Danny Franklin Printy. Of course, coached and played at Valparaiso. Was an assistant. And actually played her high school ball at Cedar Rapids, Washington. Salo. Can't get the 3 to fall. Rebound to Pratt. And there were 2 Jags battling for the ball.
3 Jags there were crashing the boards, which is what you love to see. That won't happen too many times. So I don't think a coach will get too upset when you're fighting that hard that you get a travel call.
It's a 2-point game. Salo on the inbounds.
That was a tough, strong move there by Salo on the inside.
She's got 6. Martin to Smith.
Just look at how active this game is. No one is stationary on this court. They're moving. Strong take there by Crawford. She's a little outsized there when she gets in underneath the basket.
So it's not like the NBA.
It is not at all like the NBA. There's no standing around in this.
Here's Martin. Can't get it to fall as Hope gets the rebound and will clear it out ahead. Yokiel measuring. Had it nearly knocked away by Crawford. Here's Hope. What a shot!
A little off balance, defended three-pointer straight in. She has had a few tonight that have just been, or excuse me, today that have just been fun to watch.
That's her third triple of the game and extends the lead back to their largest at 7. Martin trying to run it. Going to get a good look. Good defense there by Hauk as Hope comes down with a rebound. Warriors back down on this end. Sorensen, the entry. Going to be denied by Crawford. It's going to stay with Waukee.
Great defense there by Crawford. She's been quiet offensively today, but she has been all over this court. Her hands, she gets hands on a lot of these basketballs.
So Hauk will dump it into Hope. From the top, that's Salo. And now the largest lead of the game. Just like that, as Salo knocks down the triple, she has 9, and it's a 10-point advantage for Waukee. Here's Pratt, draws contact, and 1. Boy, Salo is saying, I got hooked.
Salo is just a sophomore for the Warriors. Fantastic three-pointer on the other end, coming down, playing that tough defense, but not quite able to stop Pratt.
And for Salo, that'll be her first, as that free throw goes through for Jaden Pratt. Pratt now with 16. Centennial trying to get a stop. Sorensen inside. With great positioning by Emily Sorensen.
Fantastic feed there inside. Very, very good passing, sharing the ball.
She has 7. Smith working baseline. Crawford backing in. Can't get the shot to fall, and Hope will come up with a rebound. Inside, going to be taken away by Crawford. Numbers for the Jags. And a block by Hope.
Again, Crawford has had her hands everywhere today. It's a great steal, taking it down. It's a good, strong move. She's finding herself, again, outsized underneath the basket, but it's not stopping her from continuing with those strong moves and making those attempts, which is what she needs to do.
Wyatt Crawford held to just 3 points on 1 of 10 shooting so far. Here's Pratt. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. Salo will pick up another foul. And so Jaden Pratt will toe the line.
We've mentioned a couple of times that Pratt is a verbal commit to Illinois State basketball. I don't think we have mentioned that Maya Crawford is a verbal commit to Drake. So these two teammates now set to be teammates again to play against each other in the Valley for many years to come.
How dare you leave your alma mater out?
I would never.
Jeez. 6 of 10 at the line now for Pratt. And the lead down to 8. Here's Yokia. What a move on that first step, and she gets the bucket.
What a fun, strong move there. Just getting herself into that great position. Body control. That's a tough shot.
She has 4. Pratt backing in on the block. Can't get the shot to fall, and the rebound to Hauk. Hope left open. Now from the foul line. Can't get the roll.
I think the Jaguars need to slow it down a little bit here. You can sense a little bit of change in the energy. They don't have the momentum on their sides right now, and I think they're forcing a couple of shots. And they just need to take their time and find the right one.
Warriors matching their largest lead here at 10. Crawford. Solid bucket.
Again, she's making those opportunities for herself, this time able to shoot and score over 2 taller defenders.
Crawford now with 5. Hope, rise and fire. That one, a lot less gunpowder.
And Crawford there for the rebound, looking to make something happen again here for Ankeny Centennial.
Pratt working on Hope. The kick out to Smith for 3. Got it!
It's her second three-pointer. Crucial here in keeping Centennial in this game, bring them to within 5 points. You can hear the energy changing here in the arena.
5-point game. Sorensen working it in and gets the bucket.
Great ball handling there in the lane.
She's got 9. Each team has had their starters out here for all of the third quarter. And the rebound comes down to Hauk. Out ahead to Yokiel. Guarded by Crawford. And a foul going to be called here on Pratt. And for Jaden Pratt, that'll be her first. Kylan Smith will now check into the game. Substitutions brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imt.ins.com. Seven-point game, and we have a whistle and a legal screen up top.
The Jaguars will look to take advantage of this opportunity here.
I mean, that's a crusher. That one came rolling through. Everybody check your teeth. Seven-point game, minute 20 to play here in the third. Blackmore on the drive, can't get it to fall. Again, one and done for Centennial. Hope to the corner, Yokiel. What a move and what a block! Oh my! Crawford.
Crawford came over for help defense, putting a stop to that.
Can't finish it on this end, but gets an offensive rebound, but a foul going to be called on Hauk.
You can see the fire there in Maya Crawford. She senses that we've got quite a game here and that she's going to have to step it up as a leader of this team, and that's exactly what she's done on these last 2 possessions.
Little get up for Crawford. Now she goes to the line.
Absolutely. You know, Maya Crawford is a point guard who averages 7 rebounds a game, and we have seen that fire today. She crashes the boards. She follows her own shot. She is really involved in a lot of plays.
Leads this team in scoring, averaging about 16 per contest, and now has 6. Starting to get going. And they say never put a scorer at the line to get them going. Let's see if that, with that defensive effort too by Maya Crawford, gets them going. It's a 5-point advantage here for Waukee. Sorensen to kick out to Yokiel. Picked up by Smith. Now to the top. They play it around. Hauk working in on Smith. Can't get the shot. Crawford. Nobody was going to get that high to get the ball except for Maya Crawford.
We're seeing some of that Jaguar defense that we saw at the very top of this game come back to life here.
Shot clock is off.
Maya Crawford, the Drake commit, handling the ball, looking for the right opportunity.
Here's Pratt fighting for her shot, can't get a good look. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. So a 10-point deficit for Centennial, trimmed down to 5. Waukee putting a stiff arm on Centennial through 3 quarters of play. We've got the fourth and final 8 minutes when we return as you're watching the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament presented to you by Farm Bureau.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Frank, when you think Fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sun-kissed orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
Here we go, the final 8 minutes of play. The Iowa Bankers Association is proud to sponsor the Parade of Champions and the Iowa Student Achievement Award. With Tammy Blackstone, I'm BJ Shaban out on the floor for the Warriors. It'll be their starting five with Salo, Hope, Yokiel, Sorensen, and Hauk. And for the Jags, it'll be Smith, Crawford, Blackmore, Pratt, and Kylan Smith gets the start here in the fourth quarter of play. At the top, that's Yokiel. Smith might have got a piece of it as Centennial comes down with the ball down by 5. You might remember, Centennial jumped out to a 10-0 lead in this one. Warriors came back to take a 10-point lead a couple of times here in the late half. Pratt.
Pratt continuing to dominate for the Jaguars as far as offensive scoring with 17 today, but we've seen Maya Crawford and Tilly Smith really come alive to help their team.
Shot clock winding down, and the Jags will be called for a turnover, a travel.
The Warriors, on the other hand, very balanced scoring, and this has been the name of their game all season long. Hauk and Salo with 10, Sorensen and Hope with 9 here. Spreading it out, sharing the ball is really one of their strengths.
Yokiel drives in, turns it over as Blackmore intercepts the pass, and Yokiel a little slow to get up. Crawford in the paint, goes to her right. Smith. Oh, close to pulling the trigger on the three. Now here is a drive by Pratt, blocked by Hope, who will clear it for the Warriors. Out ahead, Yokiel. Salo. Oh, nifty move behind the back. Can't get the shot to fall, and a good inside position by Sorensen, and a foul here on Centennial. Maya Crawford will pick up her third. Now Ava Martin will come back into the game. She'll check in for Finley Blackmore. Substitution brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imt.ins.com.
Both teams here looking for the first score of the fourth quarter.
Boy, Hope and Pratt got quite the battle going on with one another. It's going to be deflected away, and it's going to be turned over by Waukee.
The Jaguars have been able to force quite a few turnovers tonight. Their defense is very intense. Probably haven't been able to convert and score on as many of them as Coach DeYoung would like.
This group for Waukee has been together for a long time. Hope, of course, transferred in. Here's a drive by Crawford, blocked by Hope. But they only had one senior a year ago and felt like they came up a lot short than what they had expectations for. As Blackmore and also checking in as Gentry Williams for the Warriors. But they put together a great season, and I think Tammy caught a lot of people by surprise.
I think so too. They just really work so well together.
Martin, the kick out to Blackmore. Now here's Crawford for three. That's
I used to be able to just jump up and tip that right out.
You know, I was going to bring that up, and I was waiting for the most appropriate time. Folks, Tammy Blackstone is providing your analysis, great analysis here today. In pregame warm-ups, when she was playing for the great high school in Cherokee in Northwest Iowa, you would go and dunk the ball in warm-ups and intimidate everybody in Northwest Iowa.
We had to wait for the referees to leave the court so I could do it without getting a technical foul. We're so sneaky.
This is a crowd pleaser. And it was they called it a jump ball when it gets stuck between the rim and the backboard. And it's going to stay with Centennial. So out on the floor for the Jags, it's their starting five again: Crawford, Pratt, Martin, Smith, and Blackmore. Here's Martin at the top. And a timeout going to be taken by Centennial here. They've got a couple to burn. You're going to be left with 3 timeouts remaining. It will be a full timeout. So it's a 5-point game. Waukee by 5 when we return.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders, it's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on a successful year, and remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
42-37, Waukee with a lead on Centennial with 5:53 to play here in the fourth quarter. And I think the scoreboard operator might be a little bored here.
Right,
No points yet.
We have not seen anyone score here in this last quarter. Both teams looking to be the first to get a few more points on that board.
Great stats, though. A lot of blocks, rebounds. Tilly Smith trying to open it up. Can't get it to fall.
The defense has been great, and again, neither of these teams is really crashing the board, so we are not seeing a lot of second chance opportunities. We're seeing a lot of defensive rebounds underneath.
Hauk looks to go to work, and Sorensen going to be called for the illegal screen.
And Maya Crawford really contributing to this game in so many good ways that aren't necessarily appearing on the scoreboard. She has 7, but just able to draw that foul. She's had steals. She's all over the boards. She's a vocal leader for her team.
Sorensen will pick up her second. That's just the first team foul. Each team has just 1 team foul here in the fourth quarter. Inside, Pratt will be fouled by Hope.
That's a really good position there by Pratt. She's keeping her defender on her back. It's hard work to maintain that position in the lane, and here was able to draw the foul with it.
Martin. Little floater.
It's a good look. They're right over the defender there by Ava Martin, breaking that streak and bringing her team within 3 here in the fourth quarter.
Martin with 5. It's a 1-possession game. Sorensen, great positioning, and a foul going to be called underneath. Let's see who this is on, because Maya Crawford's playing with 3, and it's going to be on Pratt, who will pick up her second.
Yeah, the Jaguars do that collapsing defense and really help, which has been quite effective there. Did draw the foul.
Hope has 4 fouls now for Waukee on that last possession. She checks out, so coming back in is going to be Yokiel. So you've got Williams with the ball right now, along with Hauk, Yokiel, Sorensen, and Salo. Waukee trying to fend off Centennial down the stretch here. Haven't scored yet here in the fourth. Sorensen at the high post will kick it out.
Waukee really taking their time on this possession.
Here's Yokeel, and Pratt called for the block, or the foul. She thought she had the block.
It is tough to get that clean block when you're on the move like that. Probably with the body. It feels like a clean block when it's clean up top, but you gotta look at that body contact.
Yokeel will go to the line right at 64%. Misses the first one. She's played some huge minutes today for Waukee. Able to knock down the second. So it's back to a two-possession game here. A 4-point contest with 4:30 to go. Here's Pratt. She'll go to the line to shoot two, and the foul will be on Salo. That'll be her third.
Once again, Salo is playing behind Pratt there. She's keeping her on her back. Pretty easy entry, and then they're counting on a one-on-one game there underneath the basket. And that is risky when you have an athlete like Jaden Pratt getting the ball.
Pratt now with 18. And a timeout going to be taken here by Waukee. Full timeout, 43-40. And we'll take a timeout with them. Waukee with a 3-point lead as you're watching the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders, it's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm-strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on a successful year, and remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
Jaden Pratt toes the line here. Centennial down by 3, 4:26 to go. Misses the second out of the two-shot opportunity. And we will hang here at a 3-point game. Sophia Hope on the bench for Waukee in foul trouble with 4. How long will she stay there? Martin with the steal. Centennial up the floor. Blackmore at the top, goes to Pratt at the high post. Pratt backs in, looks for movement. Smith will pull up the jumper, not there, and the rebound tapped out to the Warriors.
Good take there by Tilly Smith, not able to get it to fall, but that's exactly what the Jaguars were looking for.
Here's Hauk, going to be called for the shove. That left arm, that little iron bar, trying to clear away the defender. That'll be her third. And that is going to be the fourth team foul for Waukee. 3:39 to play here in the fourth. One more, Centennial in the bonus. Here's Pratt. What a feed from Martin.
Fantastic feed there by Martin. Really good control by Pratt. Able to finish.
And a steal by Blackmore. A cool 20 on the day for Jaden Pratt. Here's Blackmore.
Jaguars here looking for their best opportunity.
Pratt inside for the lead. Yes.
they have been allowing Pratt to go one-on-one against her defenders. We saw it again there. It is just really a risky move not to collapse someone in to double team her, especially at this point in the game when she's had such fantastic day scoring.
3 from the corner, not there, and the rebounder Crawford. Boy, Williams had a great look from downtown. 2:27 to play. 6 lead changes in this one. Here's Crawford. Left-hand layup, not there. A little too strong, well defended by Hauk on the play as Waukee comes up with the ball. They're down by 1.
Both of these teams putting on such a good show here for their fans. This arena is very excited to see great basketball here at the state tournament.
Sorensen on the drive. She thought she was pushed.
A good defense there by Martin.
And it will go back to Centennial. Sophia Hope with 4 fouls will check back into the game.
And we've got a third-year coach in Danny Franklin Printy for Waukee. We've got a 36th-year coach in Coach Scott DeYoung for the Jaguars, both looking to advance to the second round of this state tournament.
Centennial with that 1-point advantage. They're going to work the clock here a little bit. Pratt looking to back down Sorensen. Backs off. Now to Martin. They'll reset. 10 on the shot clock. Crawford inside the paint. Can't get the shot to fall, and Hope with the board. Up the floor. Here's Yokiel to the rack. And we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Another foul there on Pratt. Her 4th.
So you've got Maya Crawford with 3, Pratt with 4, Hope on the floor for Waukee with 4, and Yokiel ties this one up. I beg your pardon, makes him pull within, yep, there it is, on the board now, tied up at 44. And Waukee takes a free throw lead.
Those are tough free throws to make in this kind of environment, this much on the line. What composure there we see from Yokiel.
And a little defense for offense substitution. Gentry Williams checks back into the lineup here for Waukee. Crawford able to shake herself free to bring it ahead, and now a timeout going to be taken here by Centennial as they'll be left with 1 timeout remaining. 1:18 to play, full timeout, 45-44, as you're watching the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders, it's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on a successful year, and remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
45-44 out on the floor for the Warriors of Waukee. They have Kirsten Hauk, Emily Sorensen, Gentry Williams, Sophia Hope, and also Marin Salo. For Centennial, it's Tilly Smith, Finley Blackmore, Ava Martin, Maya Crawford, and Jaden Pratt. Jags down by 1. They go inside to Pratt. Avoids the double team. Blackmore from 13. Can't get it to fall. And the rebound to Hope. Let's see what Centennial elects to do. They have 14 fouls. Waukee and the bonus the rest of the way. Centennial having to play some tough defense. The Warriors, and Crawford nearly comes up with a steal, and now a foul on Crawford. So to the line go the Warriors, where they're a very good free throw shooting team, right at 73%.
Good hustle there by Crawford after the ball. We're seeing it here again.
And Waukee will take a full timeout here. 45-44. And we'll take a timeout with them. 1 point game. 44 seconds to play when we return.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders, it's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm-strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on a successful year, and remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
45-44, Waukee with a lead and at the line with Gentry Williams. And knocks down the first one, cool, calm, and collected.
Gentry Williams is a junior. She is actually a verbal commit for soccer to South Dakota State. So we've got just another real athlete here.
This is the second one, but Salo with the rebound. And a timeout going to be taken by Waukee. Salo somehow able to get that board. And they'll take a 30-second timeout. Waukee with a 2-point lead here with 40 seconds to play.
Crucial possession there for Waukee. We have not seen a lot of offensive rebounds in this game, but what a time for it to get your team that second possession here coming off that free throw.
What a quarterfinal. 7 lead changes so far. Each team has had a 10-point lead. And we're coming down the stretch with Waukee leading it by 2. The winner gets Johnston in the semifinals coming up on Thursday morning. So, how do you play this, Tammy?
I think Waukee is going to be just playing their game, very balanced scoring. They're going to look for whoever has the best opportunity. They have many different scoring threats. Probably drawing up a play there to give themselves the best opportunity to get somebody open. They do have to be careful. They've had a couple of fouls on for illegal screens today, so they'll be looking to avoid that.
Hauk will get it into Salo. There is about a 7-second difference between the shot and game clock. It looks like Centennial wants to play some defense here. We mentioned Waukee, a very good free throw shooting team. Here's Hope. The dump down to Hauk. Now to Hope. Thought about the 3, backed off. Shot clock inside of 10. Game clock inside of 15 now. Here's Hauk in the paint. Hope at the top of the key. Off the mark. It'll be tracked down by Crawford. 8 seconds to go. Final seconds. Crawford will drive it in. The layup not there. Rebound to Martin. Has to shoot it. Doesn't realize the clock. And Waukee will survive.
My goodness, there. Jaguars had 2 opportunities there for a look at the basket, not quite able to get it off successfully, and Waukee will see themselves head into the semifinals.
So for the 3rd time this season, Waukee defeats Ankeny Centennial. What a game, what a finish, as Waukee wins it by 2. So Waukee will face Johnston, the top seed, coming up Thursday morning at 10 o'clock here from Wells Fargo Arena. So one half of the field in Class 5A is set for the semifinals. Coming up next, it'll be Davenport North and Cedar Falls. Let's turn it over to Tim Fitzpatrick, today's public address announcer.
Fans, please direct your attention to the court for the awards presentation. In addition to receiving medallions, each participating player will receive a commemorative basketball provided by the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Presenting awards from the IGHSAU are Gene Berger and Gary Ross. Congratulations to head coach Scott DeYoung and the Jaguars from Centennial on an outstanding basketball season. And now, Kirsten Hauk will advance her team to the next round on the official bracket at center court. Waukee fans, your team advances to the 5A semifinals and will play Johnston on Thursday at 10 a.m. Fans, on behalf of the IGHSAU, we thank you for your support and attendance today cheering on your favorite team. As a reminder, please exit the arena so we can prepare for our next game. Thank you.
So how about that? Waukee defeats Centennial for the third time this season. This time, though, in the quarterfinals of the state basketball tournament. They had to really hold on in that fourth quarter.
Absolutely. What a hard-fought win there for the Waukee Warriors. They really had to fight tooth and nail against that Jaguar defense. Both teams just putting on a tremendous show here at Wells Fargo Arena.
Well, on behalf of our analyst here today, Tammy Blackstone, our producer, Jose, and all of us here in Des Moines, I'm BJ Shaven, and thank you for watching our live coverage of the 2024 Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by MidAmerican Energy.